Okay, I'm gonna make a project plan for my project that's gonna look kind of like what I have on the screen there. I better move this so I can see what's on the screen. All right, everyone ready? So here's what I got on my project plan. I've got basically three major tasks. I've got proposal, paper, and my presentation at the end. Then on this column, I've got start date and finish date. So I know I need to start working on the proposal on the 14th. That's last week. That's when we started. And it's got to be done by 3/26. Then I just put some dates in the middle. And the presentations are going to be on May 7th to the 9th. That's like our last week together. So I only know a couple dates right now, but I want to make an Excel plan that looks kind of like this. All right, let me open up Excel. Okay, I'm going to make a Gantt chart. And there's software that you can use to make this. The university gives it to you for free. It's called Microsoft Project. And it's kind of cumbersome and complicated to use. So unless you're really into learning new software, then maybe you don't want to bother with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a project plan using Microsoft Excel. And I'm going to start with a blank document. So I know at the top I want this called Paul's project. And then I want a list of tasks. I want my start date, or start dates, my end dates. And then I want to show, I guess, March 1st through May 31st. So I'll start March 1, 2019. I'll just put in the first date. And I don't want this thing to be 12 feet wide, so I'm going to just highlight a bunch of these columns. And I'm going to shrink all of them up. Now I can't read my March 1st, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this guy taller. And I'm going to go to Format Cell. Under Alignment, I want my text to be vertical. There we are. I've got my March 1st, 2019. Vertical. So now all I need to do is drag that guy until I get to the end of April, or I'm sorry, the end of May. And I didn't make enough of these narrow, so I think all I need to do is click on one, use my format painter, and I'll go format all the rest of them. Okay, now everything's nice and narrow. Still not very beautiful, is it? But it's getting there. So I'm going to make this a little wider. So my first task is my proposal. And then I got my paper, draft, review, oops. Final. And then my presentation. Okay, there's two ways I can do this now to put my bars in. I can do it the easy way, which is really inefficient and really awkward for revising later, but it works. So I could just say my paper, I want that from 4/8 to 4/25. So I can go to March 8th, I guess there, to the 25th, there, and I can make it a color. And then draft from 4/8 to 4/13. So where's April 8th? Here. So I could go through and make bars like that just by highlighting them. But it gets really awkward when you want to make revisions to your plan, and it's not a very sophisticated way to do it. So what I'm going to do is something a little different. I'm going to undo these colors. I'm going to type in my dates first, my start and end, so March 14 to March 26. Okay, I've typed in my start and my end date, and I want Excel to go and look at that information and make a decision and highlight the text. So it's a little bit awkward setting it up, but once it's set up, you've got it and you own it and you can use it over and over again. So I need a formula, and to do this I'm gonna do two things. I want to put a 1 in every cell that I want highlighted. So I can do this manually. Where's March 14th? There. So I could do 1, 1, 1, up to the 26th, right? So I can put 1s in there, and then under paper, what's my date? 4/8 to 4/25. Okay, so I can put a bunch of 1s in there, and that tells Excel where I want some highlighting. Then I'm going to just select all of these cells. I'm going to go to conditional formatting, and I'm going to highlight cells. Anything that's equal to a 1, I want highlighted. So I put a bar in there. And then if I want to add more, I can just type them in. And maybe it doesn't look very nice to have the 1s showing up, so I can just go and make that font, instead of 11, I can make it a 1. So all those 1s disappear basically. Kind of slick.